Hi everyone, welcome back to JPWHUTV. My name is John, your host as always. I hope you're all doing well. This video is sponsored by 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website, where you can purchase retro kits from the 60s all the way through to the early 2000s, including the 1976 home shirt that inspired this shirt, and also the 1980 FA Cup final shirt that inspired this season's away shirt as well. There's also West Ham inspired colours, Admiral and Umbro track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts, so go check those out. Any purchases made through the link in the description below for the next 16 purchases will go directly to Isla's fight. So come on guys, dig deep. I know you want to get some decent money over to that charity. So this video is the reaction of West Ham 2, Man United 0. Absolutely buzzing for this. I can't believe this is yet again. We've got some great results as well. The day started out, I'm not sure if you can see this properly here, but I got to meet Tony Cottee at the West Ham Way pre-match event up in O'Neill's in Leytonstone. So I got a photograph with him and he signed my shirt. So this is going to be the last time you'll see me wear this, I'm afraid, because it's going to be retired to the wardrobe because I do not want this to fade. I'm not putting this in the wash at all after tonight. So guys, let's talk about the team sheet first and foremost. In goal was Fabianski, with a back four, exactly as I predicted it to be, of Fredericks, Ogbonna, Diop and Creswell, with Rice and Noble making up the holding midfield position, with Yarmolenko, Fornals and Anderson making up the attacking midfield. So a bit of a blend of both previews. Starting 11s. I said that I thought in my starting 11 Fornals would start. He did, and the reason behind that is because Lanzini is out for a month with the injury that he picked up against when he was out on international duty, which is the reason why he didn't play very well against Villa, because he was nursing that injury. It backfired on Pellegrini, and as a result, Lanzini is out for a month. But we've got Allaire up front. On the bench was excuse me. On the bench was Roberto, Balbuena, Zabaleta, Snodgrass, Sanchez, Wilshere and Ayeti. I think he pronounced it, because it's not a J. It's not pronounced as a J. It's pronounced as a H. So I think it's Ayeti. So let's talk about the first half then, shall we? To be honest with you guys, there wasn't that much between the two sides. It wasn't the best of games at the start. Now, having Anthony Taylor, a man that has been born and raised in Manchester, is a real bone of contention for me. It really is bad. To be honest with you, the first half he was absolutely poor. For example, there was a slam dunk basically on Allaire, which halfway through the first half, which looked like it should have been a penalty. Obviously, you need to wait to see what it is on the replay, but it certainly looked like a looked like a foul and therefore a penalty in the box. But guys, you know, I'm not saying in any shape or form that Anthony Taylor and his ridiculous decisions were any reason why we weren't scoring in the first half until the last 9 minutes of the first half. But that's not the case at all. We weren't all that brilliant. Man United weren't all that brilliant. But we pipped it. We came alive. We came alive on the 42nd and a bit minute. Or just all of a sudden, just some really good set plays coming up and some movement. But I'll comment to that in just a moment. But the first half, Man United had the first shot on target, which is in the 15th minute, if I remember correctly, and then Noble's deflection, which De Gea was able to save, was it was Yarmolenko first, I should say. 4 minutes later, Noble tried, as I said just now, albeit in the wrong time of the timeline. Noble tried for a goal as well, but it wasn't. It was too weak. Had a bit of a deflection and went straight to De Gea. But literally on the 43rd minute, we started to build up. Brilliant little play in, and if I remember correctly, Anderson set up Yarmolenko for that goal, and what a sweet strike he did for him as well, right into the bottom left hand corner of the goal, and we were 1-0 up on the 44th minute. Absolutely, place was buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. The Man United supporters were singing quite a lot in the first half, and it's understandable, you know, because Man United were away. But the second that goal went in, they went quiet quite quickly, which is understandable, because at the end of the day, Man United, as my mate Steve said, Man United are very much like West Ham at the moment. If they concede, they buckle, and they did. They buckled. But at the same point, as I said, the first half wasn't exactly the best. Pellegrini must have absolutely gone at him to a degree and said, "Look, you're capable of playing better than this. You must be able to be played better than this. You're not playing brilliantly. We can take these guys." And the second half, he came out absolutely brilliant. Really, really took the game to Man United, and we're just completely all over him. Now let's just have a quick look at the match stats. So we had 46% possession according to BBC Sport. 8 shots, 6 on target, 3 corners and 8 fouls. Man United had 54% possession, 9 shots, 3 on target, 7 corners and 9 fouls. So yes, that's that. I would say that was pretty much more accurate than the other ones we've had as well. But as I say, very, very good performance from West Ham overall. We certainly grew into the game in the second half. Fornals, brilliant, played some very, very good football. Again, grew into the side. Diop had an absolutely superb performance. One of the best performances I've seen since we signed him last summer. Very, very good. Very impressed with the boy. There was a situation in the second half where Manu had a corner. Sorry, we had a corner, and it was ridiculous play between Fornals and Anderson. Very, very short pass, and that slowly pushed the ball up the pitch. But Diop, very, very Julian Dix-like, ran straight at the ball, all guns blazing. Perfectly timed it, and it was out for a throw into Manu. The place erupted when he did that. Very, very good. First half, just going back quickly, there was a stupid challenge that Ogbonna did, which got a big, almost not exactly a standing ovation from certain parts of the crowd, but a lot of people seemed to cheer it. It was ridiculous. It was like Ogbonna was playing in the World Cup, the Rugby World Cup that's going on at the moment. Very, very stupid decision by him. He was lucky to get away with a yellow card, if I'm completely honest with you. But overall, in the first half, very, very good performance. Very lackluster performance, and we were lucky to get that 1-0. That goal was against the run of play. It really, really was. Man United were more dominant in that, but weren't doing much with it. Fabianski, as always, made some absolutely superb shots. Very, very good shot stopper. I love that Fabianski. I will never live it down that by Steve that I said that I'm not loving the fact when we signed him last season, because he was a goalkeeper from a relegated club, so it's never the best of things to do. But he was a very, very good performance from him. Absolutely superb. I can't say anything bad about him yet again. De Gea, on the other hand, probably could have done a little bit better, but I don't care at the moment. We're 2-0 up, and what a absolute second goal, and what a goal that was. Aaron Creswell had a free kick. I think it was in the first. Yeah, it was in the first half. Went a few yard, well, about a yard or so over the bar. But fair play to the man. We get a free kick again on the 64th minute, I think it was. Let me just double check the details. Yeah, sorry, 84th minute. We get a free kick. He steps up again and said, no, I'm taking this. And what an absolute sweet strike from him. Perfect. De Gea goes up to the top right-hand side, even gets a touch on the ball. He gets a touch on the ball, but it still goes in the back of the net. And that's it. We were cruising from there on. Again, 6 minutes from the end. As Allardyce used to say, that is a great time to score. And it was a great time to get a second as well. Very, very good performance from West Ham overall. Now, there was obviously a couple of substitutions in the second half. For example, Yarmolenko came off in the 89th minute, got man of the match. I wouldn't say he was my man of the match, but it was a confidence booster for him, because he wasn't playing all that well until he scored that goal. He wasn't. I'm gonna go on record and say he wasn't wasn't playing all that well. Now, the thing is also, before we come into the substitutions in a minute, thing is that I'm really, really confused on how these new FA rules and the Premier League rules are in relation to substitutions, right? Because when Anderson was substituted for Wilshere on the 70th minute, he came off at the right way. When Snodgrass came on for Yarmolenko went off at the side and walked all the way round. Perfect. When Fredericks was Zabalek was substituted for Fredericks, he came off at the closest point and walked the way around. Yet when when Rashford was substituted for Lingard, the referee and the medical man who took him off because he was injured let him walk diagonally down to the. Where is the rule for this? Where is the rule? Why aren't referees reinforcing this rule that you've got to go off at your closest point? Our boys did it. Why didn't Rashford? Why didn't anyone else that was being substituted? It really gets on my nerves. I really don't understand why the people are picking and choosing with the rules. But at the same point, to counteract that, Anthony Taylor made a brilliant decision in the second half. Albeit the linesman was just ridiculous, giving Man United goal kicks when it should have been our corners, and giving corners when they should have been free kicks, or goal kicks, I should say. But there was a moment where are we towards the second, about 3/4 of the way through the second half, when, if I remember correctly, it would have been Fredericks, I think, was it Yarmolenko? One of the two. Kicked a ball, it hit the Man United player on the arm, but Taylor washed it away as a free kick. Washed it away as a corner instead. Now, I really take umbrage with this. It's the right call. Don't get me wrong. He made the correct decision that it shouldn't have been given as a penalty because it wasn't. But at the same point, the rules state if the ball hits the arm, unintentional or not, then it's a penalty. Or it's a foul, I should say. Now, there is an argument to say that he bottled it, and we would have been, because we were only 1-0 up at that point, and therefore we would have won it 3-0, because obviously Noble doesn't miss any penalties. But at the same point, if that unjustified handball again in the Man City Spurs game at the start of the season, that was given, then why wasn't this? Possibly there is a good argument to say that the reason for that was because of the fact that it was close quarters. And you could argue, I don't think this is true, but you could argue the fact that our player kicked the ball to their arm intentionally. But the rules have got to stand. You've got to either reinforce all of them or reinforce none. You can't have it. You can't have it either way. And then this game today showed that the bias between towards so-called top 7, top 6 teams and the rest of the table, because there was a lot of decisions that Taylor and the linesman, for that matter, made that weren't right. But at the same point, it doesn't matter. I don't care about it, because we won the game anyway. We fought back against that ignorance of Anthony Taylor, who's clearly, as I say, he was born and raised in Manchester, so he shouldn't have officiated this game. He shouldn't have done. But but it doesn't matter, because we won anyway. We kept a clean sheet for the third goal in a row. We are on a +1 goal difference 80% of the way through September. When was the last time that happened, guys? Put your comments down below. I genuinely want to know if you can remember, because I bloody well can't, when we were last on a +1 goal difference so early on into the season, especially six games in. I'm absolutely buzzing. We're joint 4th with Leicester. Leicester have got 2 goals more than we do. But it's absolutely brilliant, and it's a very, very good momentum to go into the League Cup game against Oxford. Now, straight after this video, I'm going to record, but I'm not uploading. I'm going to record the preview of Oxford West Ham in the League Cup, so keep an eye out for that. It's going to be going up on Friday evening, around about 7 o'clock. That's when it's going to be available to be viewed. Now, of course, Monday nights is Fantasy League roundup night as well. So, guys, at 8 o'clock on Monday night, jump on the Facebook page JPWHUTV, and we'll round up the goal week number 6. So I'm guessing it's going to be some interesting movements again. I'm very happy because Anderson, if I remember correctly, got the assist for Yarmolenko's goal, because Yarmolenko made a beeline for Anderson when he was celebrating. Great celebration by Creswell, by the way, when he celebrated his as well, and Rice mimicking him straight after. Bless him. But very, very good performances. My man of the match, excuse me, my man of the match is a genuine toss-up between Noble and Diop. Noble did everything that was required of him, and he did it in the very, very subtle way that he does. But Diop just pinched it for me. because of how just basically the way that he played. One of the best performances, as I said earlier, one of the best performances we've seen since we signed him. We're fourth in the table now after 6 games. Can we keep that momentum going? I really hope so. 3 clean sheets on the bounce. It's heavenly. It's absolutely heavenly. It's this whole weekend for me has been absolutely brilliant. As I said, I got to meet Tony Cottee this morning, asked him quite a controversial question about the media's attitude to West Ham and more specifically Declan Rice in recent weeks. Gave a very good answer. And as I say, I was able to get a photograph with him. He was able to sign the t-shirt as well. Very happy with that. Had a fantastic night out on Saturday night as well, which I won't go into for too much detail, but let me just say it was nothing short of perfect. And obviously, you know, we go into the Oxford game as West Ham supporters, very happy. Now, as I say, the preview for the Oxford game is going to be available tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock on Monday night. So go and check that out, guys. But in the meantime, if you're new round here, welcome. It's great to see you, and thank you very much for lasting to the end of the video. Even though you guys are probably subscribers as well, thank you very much. Over 61% of all viewers over the last 4 weeks are not subscribers. So please click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and so you get to know when these videos and also the live streams go up as well. As I said, put your comments in the comment section below on how you feel we did today. Were you happy with what was going on in both halves? Do you think of where my opinion is slightly is there's a lot of work still to be done, because we could have had a lot more against Man United. As Luke said on Three Hammers the other day, if we can score 1, we could score 4. We could have easily done that if we had a bit more momentum going in the midfield. But it's understandable to a degree, because obviously Fornell's being in Lanzini's position, and Fornell's not really having that level of confidence back yet. I'm hoping he will today. But as I say, guys, thank you very much for your time. If you're new around here, by all means, please click the subscribe button. Please share this video with anybody that you feel may want to watch it as well. And I will see you tomorrow evening on both here and on Facebook at facebook.com/JPWHUTV for the Fantasy League roundup of Goal Week 6. So in the meantime, guys, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I will see you very soon.